Johnny Cage wasn't in Mortal Kombat because he was white.
Renegade Online.
Yeah, that's the story, folks. Straight from the producer's mouth. Yeah, we're gonna get to that and one other thing, because I think they're linked. Not in the sense that they're strategically linked or the news itself is linked, but culturally it's linked. In the sense of this: in the last 24 hours, fans of both the Zack Snyder Justice League movie and also fans of Mortal Kombat and all the hype surrounding both Zack Snyder's movie and the new Mortal Kombat movie, both of these fan bases just got a couple of dick punches in the last 24 hours, and completely unnecessary, and just tragic for the fans more than anything. So let's kind of get into it. I'm going to take the Zack Snyder thing first, because that was the initial intent of today's video. But I could not pass up the opportunity to get into the Mortal Kombat thing, because it's essentially the same kind of story with the end result. So let's look at this first. So I don't want to get into playing the clip. You've probably seen it a few times by now. So Zack Snyder goes onto a charity live stream last night with some of the crew from Geeks and Gamers. Folks that I happen to enjoy. I'm a paying member of Geeks and Gamers for their YouTube channel. Same thing with Ryan Kinnell, RK Outpost, Drunk 3PO. I love the guys. I love the stream. Enjoy it very much. Now, I can tell you, as members of their channel, that all the accusations being slung at these guys is just pathetic. You might not agree with everything they say. You might not like the way they say it. But to start slinging stuff at them like they're, alt-right, whatever the hell that means these days, all these different little made-up isms and phobes and crap like this, I'm tired of it. Society's tired of it. We're all tired of it. But we have to keep putting up with it from a bunch of freaking idiots on Twitter, as I've come to refer to as twatsies, because that's pretty much what they are, twatsies. And you can figure out the two words that I've used to mesh together to come up with twatsy, okay? But I think it's a relatively good example. But Zack Snyder felt so compelled, either because it was in his own conscience or because he was compelled to do so by the higher-ups at Warner Brothers, who frankly never wanted his movie to see the light of day to begin with. Either one is fine, but he came on and he started his spiel the minute he got on the live stream after $60,000 had already been raised for a suicide prevention charity, to say, I just got to start out by saying I'm not affiliated with Geeks and Gamers. And then he proceeded to segue directly into talking about the events that happened yesterday in a Asian beauty shop or massage parlor or something. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I can't remember right now, but it was an Asian-owned small business, apparently, from what I gather. And a lot of people were tragically murdered. It was a terrible event. But regardless of Zack Snyder's intent, the way the messaging came across seemed to very much conflate Geeks and Gamers and quote-unquote anti-Asian hatred. It came off very poorly. It may have been more poorly delivered than Kathy Kennedy's fade-in shit. I don't know. It still boggles the mind. But the bottom line is this, is that for the fans that were looking forward to Zack Snyder's Justice League and the people that were on that live stream last night to support a good cause and a good charity, it really sucked the wind out of the room. And I think it'll do nothing more than harm the impact of the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League, because it just seemed to wag a finger in the face of a great many fans, particularly fans that really pushed to get his vision of Justice League put out on HBO Max. Now, that being said, I didn't catch the live stream itself. I didn't catch the events live. I came home, I was working, and then I saw that Jeremy was kicking off a Geeks and Gamers live stream to discuss what was said on the other live stream in the Zack Snyder comments, which obviously my ears perked up. I said, oh, okay, what happened? And then in watching it, learned all this stuff. Now, during Jeremy's live stream, one thing I will say about Jeremy is that he is he's a very capable leader for that crew. There's no doubt. He's very pragmatic. He's very stoic. I think everybody, Ryan Kinnell, Uche, all these guys handled it very well. I think Lethal Lightning was in there as well. They all handled themselves very, very well. They handled themselves like gentlemen, and they handled themselves like smart business people, which I have a lot of respect for, because to be sitting on that stream with Zack as those comments were made, and then be able to restrain what had to have been, internally at least, a very guttural response they wanted to make, it was tough. It had to have been very, very tough. So my hat's off to them on that, and then for Jeremy especially for hanging back, waiting, going on a separate stream to make his comments, and he did it in a very pragmatic and professional manner, and I commend him for that, because that could not have been easy. A lot of other people would have just lost their shit. So kudos to Jeremy on that one. Good job, brother. There were a lot of comments in the comment stream about Uche, who was trying to defend Zack. Not necessarily Zack's comments, but defend the position that he felt Zack was put in. And I will say this, folks, we were not there. We were not in the back room. We did not have the negotiations and the discussions with Zack Snyder that got him onto that stream. Uche did, okay? And if Uche says this is what he was told, this is what Zack was being told, this is what Zack was being told to say on the stream, then you need to take the man at his word. Even though I may not agree with a lot of what Uche's positions are on certain things when they have these conversations, even though he may take a different point of view than I do, I still respect Uche tremendously, and I respect his opinions, and I respect him as a YouTuber. He's a good guy. So I think dumping on him in the chat last night on the Geeks and Gamers stream was just not the right thing to do, guys. I understand everybody was upset. I understand emotions were running high, but take a deep breath. Uche was there. He knew what was going on. We didn't. Give the man the benefit of the doubt and just chill. Now, that being said, I want to move on to this other thing, because, this was something that was just, I nearly fell out of my chair. I couldn't believe when I saw this. I had to read it like 3 times, because I'm like, he could not have seriously said this. He could not. So Todd Garner is the executive producer of the new Mortal Kombat movie, which I was super stoked about, and I still kind of am, but I got to admit, just like the whole Zack Snyder thing that happened last night, I wasn't even a Justice League fan, and I really wanted to see this new version of it because the fans finally got what they wanted, and I think that's a great win for fans. And for those of us out there in the Star Wars community that we really want the same kind of thing, that we should treat this as a win for everybody. And then this happens. This happens with Mortal Kombat. And again, this was just another dick punch is all this was. And so what Todd Garner comes out and says, and he goes through this long trope in this interview with Inverse, talking about where was Johnny Cage? Because we all saw the previews and we're like, no, Johnny Cage, and there's this new guy, this Cole guy. Who's this Cole guy? So what he says basically is that they had to invent a new character for Mortal Kombat because the characters are so well known, and they were worried about fan backlash if they changed this or that, and blah, 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 blah. So they created Cole to, and I'm paraphrasing, these are my words, just so everybody understands. They basically, what he is saying, alleging, is that he invented Cole to be a stand-in for the audience, to basically allow for a bunch of exposition to happen to where the whole Mortal Kombat backstory can be explained to somebody, a new character that they can do whatever they need to do, want to do with, okay? And explain Mortal Kombat so that all audiences can get into it and follow along. Sounds great, right? Sounds fine. Sounds like what you would normally want to do with any adapted screenplay into something like this to widen the appeal to the broadest audience possible. Well, then something else happened. Well, Todd Garner went on to say an additional thing. And here it is. Quote, I feel like if I was getting to make a movie with a diverse cast, because, you know, that's the most important thing now in Hollywood, a diverse cast. Story doesn't matter. Character doesn't matter. As long as it has skin color diversity and sexual orientation diversity and whatever other kind of diversity is popular today, that's all that really matters, okay? It felt weird to have a white actor, literally Johnny Cage, be the hero of the story, Garner says. Adding to that, these discussions took place at the start of the movie's pre-production nearly 7 years ago. So for 7 years, they've been saying, well, we can't have a white guy? Quote, way before Black Lives Matter and other pushes for diversity across industries, including Hollywood. So here's the thing. So he's trying to suggest that 7 years ago, before all this was in vogue to basically piss all over white people in Hollywood, because that's what's cool now, right? Can't have white people looking good or being leads in roles. According to this article, this is what I'm saying. It's not me saying it. It's according to this article, or according to Todd Garner, the executive producer of Mortal Kombat. Can't have white people doing good. You can't have white people doing cool stuff, good stuff. You can't have white people in leads of movies because that's just not cool. Okay, so at least they're actually coming out and admitting it now, right? Then what happened later today, and I don't have it pulled up at the moment, but apparently Garner tweeted out that he was trying to clarify what he said. Well, we're going to have Johnny Cage, but we wanted to hold him back. We wanted to have Johnny Cage so we could have Johnny Cage in the second movie, right? We're going to have a sequel, so we wanted to have Johnny Cage there for that. I'm having a little hard time you've already said it. You've already said you didn't want to have a lead actor, or you didn't want to have a leading role in Mortal Kombat. You didn't want to have one of the central figures be a white male. So then why would you want to have a white male in the sequel? See, this doesn't make sense to me. I think he stepped in a giant pile of dog shit that he laid in front of his own feet, and now he's trying to wipe it off on the grass. And we're the grass, okay? So this is just disappointing. This is a movie that everybody should have been looking forward to, and then to come out and make a stupid-ass, unforced error like this, and look, I don't think he would have said it if he didn't mean it. Maybe he really feels like this. Maybe he feels like he's doing this because this is what Hollywood is demanding. I don't know, and I frankly don't give a shit. The fact of the matter is he said it. It's out there now, and I want to know from you guys, does this make you feel any differently about the movie? Does this make you feel any differently about the movie? So do you still want to watch it? Do you not want it? Is this so frustrating from the politics standpoint? I mean, I don't give two goddamns if you want to have a black lead actor, an Asian lead actor, a lesbian lead actor. I don't care. Just give me a good story. But then don't come out and tell me that, oh, well, the whole reason we rejected one of the principal characters since the beginning of Mortal Kombat was because we can't have a white guy. You got to be shitting me. Seriously, you got to be shitting me. So I'm a little hot on this one tonight because I was really looking forward to this. And again, like I've said 3 times already, I feel like I got kicked in the dick on this one. And I think everybody should be too. It's been a frustrating 24 hours for fandom. It really has. We shouldn't have to deal with this. Why should the skin color or the gender or the sexual orientation of the lead in a film like that, why should it matter? I don't care about, I was fine. I was like, who's Cole? Okay, we got a new character. All right, that's a little weird. We don't have Johnny Cage. I'm frustrated by that. But it didn't occur to me, oh, well, they put this half British, half Asian, because I think the actor is actually half British, half Asian. I forget which Asian country, and I apologize. I'm not trying to lump them all together. But anyway, point being is that I didn't care. I was looking forward to the movie, but then it's like you got to come out and tell me, well, we can't have a white guy. So what am I supposed to do? if we're supposed to be moving past all this, then why is Hollywood so centered? Why is Hollywood so focused on the skin color of their protagonists? It's utterly stupid and mind-boggling to me. I don't know. Anyway, leave a comment below. Share this video if you like it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I need the help. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subs, get that watch time up, and I can only do it with you guys. And you guys have been great so far. I want you to keep it up. So thanks so much. We'll have some more stuff coming later this weekend. Take care.